going on? It's DJ Kitty Powers, and we are back with another episode of the Kitty Hour. I just want to say thank you so much to Illinois Radio for allowing everyone to have this platform, to allow us to talk our shit. And we are out here today, and I'm really excited for the guests that we have. But before I get into that, I also want to shout out a sponsor. Shout out to Parade. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. They are a underwear and intimate wear brand. They sell really dope underwears, bras, bodysuits, and things like that. Super good quality. You guys just definitely check them out. I've been posting them pretty bit in my story. If you guys want to get more into that, I do have a code as well. If you guys do decide to check them out, make sure you use my code Kitty Powers. That's Kitty with 3 T's. And you'll get some dollars off with your purchase. And yeah, shout out to them. They're also highlighting everyone for Black History Month. They did highlight Illinois Radio as well. So again, thank you so much to them for supporting us. And yes, shout out to them. So without further ado, we're going to go right into the next guest that we have here today. Her name is DJ Zuni. She is a fellow DJ from Chicago. She's beautiful. She's talented. And I am so excited to have her here today. And we can have this conversation. So I will go ahead and allow her to introduce herself, and we'll just go ahead and get right into it.
Hey y'all. Sorry, my voice got
You're good.
But yeah, hey, I'm DJ Zuni here, repping from the West Side. Woot woot.
Woot woot. Yes.
You know, West Side. A lot of people think I'm from the South Side, so I just have to make that very much so clear.
And I think you are the first person here that's from the West Side. I think a lot of people did shout out South Side. So yes, the West Side, we love you too out there, okay? We ain't here. So we're going to just go ahead and get into it. We're just going to learn a little bit about her story, why she's DJing, and, you know, why she's in this field. And then later on, we're going to listen to a mix exclusively by her. So be sure to stay tuned for that. We're going to get right into it. The first question is, what inspired you to start DJing, and what was the moment you knew this was your path in your life journey?
Ooh, good question. So funny story, I started calling myself a DJ like early 2019. I was in school for audio engineering and production, and I knew that I wanted to be a DJ then, but I was just so scared and like super afraid of like what people would think of me and stuff like that I kind of just like pushed it to the back burner. So then after like a couple years had went by, I graduated school. I started working at Promontory for a couple years, and COVID happened or whatever, and I ended up having my daughter. And I think once I had my daughter and realized like it's either this or nothing, I was like, okay, yeah, let me get up and like really take this serious, because I knew that this was always what I wanted to do. I just didn't have enough courage to push myself. So really, if it wasn't for my daughter, then I probably would still be packing bags or something like
shout
that.
Out to baby Zuni out here. We love that. Yes. And so growing up in Chicago, how has the music scene shaped your style and sound?
Oh, it shapes it so often because my specialty is juke. You know, anything fast, anything that makes you dance, and I feel like Chicago just has such a history of dancing that it just never left. So yeah, I really want to bring that like back to the city. Like it's coming back now, but like
bring that energy back.
I want to do more like dance parties and stuff like that. So like definitely.
Man, there was a time when there was a lot of house parties. I feel like they're definitely dead now, but hopefully we can get back to kind of like that kind of vibe again, where everybody's just like more loose and having more fun. But were there any female DJs or even just artists that you look up to that kind of helped you start to want to do DJing, or just inspire you, maybe the style or how they promote themselves, or just anything?
So honestly, and I hate to sound like this, but when I started DJing, I stopped looking at people to look up to, because it's kind of like that never meet your idols type of thing. It was like, I don't want to sound like anybody else. Like, I don't want to, like, when you hear my mix, I want you to know that it's a Zuni mix. So it was like, for me, like, just finding different people that wasn't from here, or just listening to stuff that wasn't naturally like in my ear all the time, really influenced me to like spin the music that I play, because it was so different and unique. So it was just like, okay, once, I know ain't nobody doing this. I know, but now, you know. But
and then how do you think your sound has evolved since your first set, your first live set?
It's funny because a couple weeks ago I was playing my like first mixes, like live recorded mixes, and my style really hasn't changed. I feel like from my first mix to now, the type of music has just changed or upgraded. So it's like I still spin the same genre, same beat. I stay in my 140 to 160, and then, you know, I keep it moving. But yeah, it's I've always known I wanted to do like dance and like just move your body stuff. So
I like that. What has been like the most defining moment in your DJ career so far?
Probably when I like started traveling for it. That's when I knew, like, okay, you gotta take this seriously, because it's like you're spending all this money to go out of state and you suck. It's just like, you know, like, you don't want to be that DJ. So for me, I think that was more of like, last summer was that definitely my most defining moment, because I got to go outside of Chicago and spin music, and they were really receptive to it too. So that made all the difference. Yeah.
And how many places or different places have you DJ'd now?
So right now 3. Okay. And counting. But you know, I will be in Atlanta in June. Okay. And then I go to New York tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. So
if y'all in New York, y'all should definitely check her out. Be there. Yeah. We, you know, we're gonna hear her live. Have you faced any challenges as a female DJ in the male-dominated industry? But even then, do you think DJing is still male-dominated?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay. And then how do you think that's like affected you, or do you think it's affecting you, or you have any challenges, or what's your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I don't think I do have any challenges, because I spin for the gays, theys, and, you know, whoever else. Yeah. So we like to party. We like to have fun. We're very receptive. We're very accepting. So, you know, wherever they at, I'm at.
So having a place, you are just.
So I do it for you know, I do it for us. I do it for the ladies. So I don't even really pay attention to like what the males are doing in DJing. Besides like trying to get better and learning from them, I don't take it as competition, because if I can get on the same lineup as you, then
hey, we right here, man. At this point. Okay, period. You know? What's a lesson you learned the hard way in your DJ journey, if any? It could be smooth sailing, could be smooth as butter, like, I don't know.
No, absolutely not. Hardest lesson, I think, would be to always be prepared. I've had gigs where I was not prepared and I thought I was, and we crashed. Like, we crashed and burned, and it was embarrassing, but it was just like something that I had to go through for real, because it let me know, like, always come with more. Like, don't ever think that you just have enough, especially for like a 2-hour set, you know. So just being prepared.
Now, what do you mean by being prepared? Like, just like equipment wise, music wise, or maybe all of the above?
Everything. From setup to breakdown, you should be prepared. If you know your board doesn't take these certain inputs, you should have those inputs. If you know that this party spins this type of music, then you should have that music. Like, and a lot of DJs, myself included, I'll be like, oh, they know what I play. But it's like, if you're getting booked to spin a party for people, then you want to appeal to the people. So I think that was a hard lesson that I had to learn, was that it's not just about me. But I feel like that could also be the Leo in me too, just thinking I'm like the star of the show all the time. So it's like, not quite. But yeah.
And how do you think, well, so balancing the art of DJing and the business side, do you have any hiccups with that, or how's that been with just like trying to make it more of like a legit business, you know, just like trying to get some income for what you're doing?
Okay, so I'm gonna be real with like that part with like making it a business. You really gotta love it first when you start, because the money isn't going to always be there. Like, if you're in it to make money in the beginning, then you're probably gonna stop, because there has been times where I've done gigs for free, or I've not gotten paid at all, or anything like that. But you know, just because I like to do it, I continue to do it. So it's just like, it has definitely been a journey.
I think that's a positive way to look at it. It also could be like just getting exposure, like you're reaching out to a different audience that you may have not been able to reach out to because you partner with these people. And I think it may go beyond just monetary funds, but I like that. That's a really good answer. And then you also say that you're a mother. Do you think that also plays a part in like how you do your DJing and maneuvering, or how does that affect? I know you're going to New York, like how do you balance all of that?
Man, she has a great dad.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. But yeah, no, just having the support from like family and stuff who's like willing to like keep her dad and stuff like that or whatever. But it's definitely kind of, I wouldn't call it a hindrance, but it is something I have to think about often when I'm taking like gigs and shows and stuff, because it's like, oh, I could take a 9 o'clock gig, but I can't take a 2 a.m. gig, you know, like things like that, where other DJs might be like, oh, it doesn't matter, I can do whatever. So it's just like, I always have to think of her first, which is why it's like funny to think about, because a lot of people are like, oh, you chose to be a DJ when you became a mom? Like, that's so backwards. And it's just like, it is, but it's not. So
you can make it work, like that shit work. Especially if it's your calling and your passion, you're gonna make that stuff work.
I'm doing it, and I feel like if I can do it, anybody else can do it. I know I'm not, there's rappers and all type of stuff with kids, so it's just like, it is what it is.
Yes. And what's your process for curating a set, and like, how do you read a crowd?
Okay, so for me, curating a set, I go off the theme, or like whatever your party's name is, I try to put myself in that space. So like, I recently just did a love lounge party, which was like love songs. So it's like, okay, love songs, slow, you know, intimate. What would I want to hear in that type of setting? And then with like reading the crowd, I'll look up every now and then just to see if they're like bobbing and weaving. Sometimes I'll take requests. Like, if you come to me with a good request and I like it, I'll play it, like, you know. So it's just like, I listen to the people. I feel like whatever they're moving to is what I'll move to.
I like that. Do you have a signature sound or vibe that you aim to bring to every event?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very energetic, upbeat, fun, sometimes sporadic, because you never know what I'm gonna play next. Let loose, let that energy loose and let it go. I like that. I love that. How do you stay inspired and to push yourself creatively and make sure your mixes are different, and I don't know, keeping on top of whatever, I don't know if it's a trend or something out there, whatever, like, you know, how do you make sure you're fitting into that? This is gonna sound so corny, but I keep my ear to the streets.
No, it could be as simple as that.
I listen to what's out there. I listen to different people around me. I listen to my peers. I listen to what they listen to. Just trying to make sure that I'm staying on top of everything, like sonically. It kind of helps me like shape my own sets, because I like supporting, and I like supporting the people who I know around me or whatever. So if I hear that you have a song out or something like that and I like it, I'll put it in my set. It doesn't really matter who you are. So that's how I stay different, because you're not really going to hear a lot of things that I play, which keeps my mixes like very much so like, oh, what is she playing? You know?
I like that. Do you use social media at all to find new songs? I know TikTok and stuff does that play any part? Okay.
So with social media, of course, TikTok is a big one. SoundCloud, Bandcamp, all those little music apps, pools, things like that. YouTube, a lot of people sleep on YouTube. Like, I know it's video, but a lot of people post music on YouTube that they wouldn't post anywhere else just because, you know, like they can get the money from it or something like that. But yeah, all of those things, like, I don't discriminate. If I hear it and I like it, I'm gonna find it.
What's one song that always makes it into your set and hits every time?
Gypsy Woman.
Ooh,
Gypsy Woman.
That's a good one.
People love that song. Like, especially if you're like in a dance scene like that. People love that song, and that's for that song to be made like what in the 90s,
right? And it's
like,
still going.
Like, you know, so it's so many like remakes and edits and stuff like that.
She was 3 times ahead of her time with that one. Dang, you're right.
Yeah, so that one always hit no matter where I'm at.
That's dope. How do you think the Chicago music scene has changed since you started DJing? If it has at all. I feel like things change, but anything noticeable that's like, you know.
Yeah. Chicago, we a little bougie. I feel like when I first started DJing, why I was so scared was because you heard a lot of the same things. So it was a lot of hip hop, rap, stuff like that. You didn't really hear a lot of like, well, for me, I don't want to speak for the whole city, but you didn't really hear a lot of like dance, juke tech, like fast ghetto tech, stuff like that. So
especially not at like the downtown popular little bars and stuff. Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like now, especially with like TikTok being a thing, like everybody want to do a TikTok dance and stuff now. So it's just like, I don't really play TikTok songs in that area, but it's just become more receptive, I guess, to the city. Like, we're still catching on, like, to Jersey beats and stuff like that. So, like, you'll hear more of that now as opposed to back then when it was just, like, strictly, like, Gucci and, you know, stuff like that.
I love Chicago, but I do think our music taste could be a little biased. Like, we just kind of stick to just only strictly Chicago artists, which, you know, are popular, like Lil Durk and stuff, so it'll be more rap-heavy bass and stuff. So, like, but... I think we're branching out a little bit.
Well, I'm trying. I mean, I do it. I don't know about.
Well, it's up to the DJs to kind of, you know, help the crowd. So I don't know. There's a way to mix in the rap and stuff. Like, we can get it going where it's just like not all just rap, because I think that's like taking away from people dancing and kind of having a good time. Like, everybody's just like so focused on like stuff that's not important. We're just here to shake some ass. So yes, we're trying to bring that back for sure. What role do you think DJs play in shaping music culture today? I guess kind of bouncing on what we were just talking about.
I mean, DJs make the party.
For sure.
If you don't have the music to move the crowd, then you know, like, I hate to say it, but they make the party. They make the music hot, and I feel like nobody likes something until somebody tells them to like it. So if I play a song and I like it, then I'm pretty sure like at least 3 out of the 10 people are gonna like this song, which is enough for me to keep it going. So it's just like, you know,
they gotta just hear it a few times, and by the third time, like, you know what, I think I like this now.
And then some people just get it, and then some people get it late, but eventually everybody gets it. Like,
I feel that,
you know.
Do you see yourself as a mentor for up and coming female DJs? And if you could mentor, what would you do? How would you inspire them? Or even if you just had like some advice, like what type of advice would you give them just starting out?
Do I see myself as a mentor? No. Just because I'm still so like new and fresh to the scene, I don't want to put that responsibility on me yet. Like, talk to me when when I achieve something that I want to achieve. Not saying I haven't achieved anything yet, because obviously I have, but you know, it's just like I feel like I haven't done as much as I want to do to be somebody's mentor.
Yeah.
And I think to give advice off of that, to piggyback, I think just being yourself is the best advice that I can give. Don't try to like go and mimic somebody else's set because you think it sounds good. Like, always put your own flavor into it, because that is what's going to make you stand out from the rest of everyone else. Like, there's a million DJs now, but it's just like, if everybody's spinning the same thing, what makes you different, you know? So
I like that.
Yeah.
Period. All right. What's one goal you haven't reached yet, but you're striving for? Just talking about future and legacy. Is there anything?
I think, okay, so a goal of mine probably for, I say like a year ago, is to get a residency somewhere. I really want to book something like monthly. Weekly would be great, but
okay, book her. She's ready. Yeah. She can do it.
Monthly, for sure. That's my biggest. Well, not my biggest, but that's my next like goal. As far as like a big goal, like long-term goal, I think I just want to stick with it. You know, most people, like I said earlier, they quit, and it's just like, I like what I do. I love what I do, honestly. And I love music, and I love sharing music, and I love, you know, everything about it. So I think for me, my long-term goal is just not quitting on myself.
I love that. Yeah. And so I guess that was my next question, like seeing yourself 5 years from now, where do you think you, or where would you hope to be?
Oh man, somewhere on a yacht. Somewhere free. Yes. But 5 years from now, I definitely would want to have made my stamp on the music industry here, and definitely have proven myself to be one of the best DJs in the city. So something that you have to work towards. It's not gonna happen overnight, but yeah.
And let me ask this, do you consider yourself just a club DJ or concert DJ, or is there a type of DJing you want to transition into, or is it just a party DJ, or, you know, any type of other fields of things you may want to tap into?
So I call myself the club diva.
Okay. Yes. I like that. Excuse me.
So yeah, so I love clubs, nighttime clubs.
Okay.
That type of thing.
I like that. Yes.
The underground is really that's really my thing. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much me. As far as like open format and stuff, I'm trying to like, not trying, but I'm stepping more into being open format. So being able to do like house parties, festivals, whatever. Like
whatever comes your way.
Yeah, like being prepared.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, like that. What do you want your impact on the DJ community to be? When they think of Zuni, what should they be thinking about?
Originality. Yeah.
Period.
Originality. Like I said, that's a really big thing to me.
Yeah. Just
being who you are and not trying to be like anything else other than you. Like, when people think of Zuni, I want them to say like, she was her until the end. Like, you know.
Yes. I love that. Okay, so I guess tell the people where they can follow you. I don't know if you have any mixes or anything coming out, any events coming out. This is your chance to just plug all that stuff. Let people know where they can find you. Everything DJ Zuni, where do we go?
Okay, so if you want to find me, everything, all of my socials is under the DJ Zuni. Zuni spelling Zuni. I do have a series called the Club Kitty series. I put the first one out in January. The second one is going to come out at the end of the month.
It sounds so good, y'all. Like, please check it out. I love it. It's really a vibe, for real.
And yeah, so I'm going to do those monthly. And then for events and stuff, I am curating my own event. I work in cannabis, y'all, so I do like cannabis events. I'm throwing a 420 event. Don't tell nobody. But yeah, so I'm doing a 420 event, and yeah, I will have all the details and stuff for that later. But please be on the lookout because flyer will be dropping soon.
Period. And one more time, let them know where to follow you.
Yes, Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook. You can find me on any social network, SoundCloud. Everything is under the DJ Zuni. So.
Okay, period. Thank you so much. And again, I am DJ Kitty Powers, your host, and we are now going to bring in DJ Zuni's mix. So stay tuned, and thank you so much. We love you guys. Take care.